Hey guys, Alex here, back again with a review. Sorry it's been so long. I've been pretty sick and my throat's been bothering me for a while, so I didn't want to do a review. But I am back with PWG DDT4 2012. Very, very excited for the show. And actually, this was my very first, last year's DDT4 was my very first PWG show, so this is a bit of a nostalgia for me. All in all, this show might have been better than last year, depending on what you prefer. Maybe last year I rated it higher, but this one I think was just a lot easier to sit through. Very, very fun. And many are calling it one of the best PWG DDT4s in a long time. So, and I've only seen one other one, so I'm not a great judge of that. You'll go look at some other guys like Man on Fire. He's a big PWG guy. But let's just get into this thing with the very first match, which is the Fightin Taylor boys, the team of Brian Cage Taylor and Ryan Taylor, taking on the RockNES Monsters, Johnny Goodtime and Johnny Yuma. This match right from the get-go was very, very, very spotty. They took it all. They gave everything they had. They were really doing some high-risk stuff here at the beginning of the match. Really got the crowd excited. Like, the crowd was going crazy for this match in like the first 5 minutes. So that's really very nice of those guys to, you know, go out there and just give it that extra effort in the very first fucking match of the night. Brian Cage Taylor was over like a motherfucker. That guy is really, really impressive and really growing on me and a lot of wrestling fans, actually. Ryan Taylor's still good. He's not as good as Brian Cage Taylor. He's not as impressive, but he's still a very good worker. Brian Taylor put out some great stuff here. I'm not going to spoil anything. You can watch the preview if you want to spoil them, or you can probably buy the DVD like you should. RockNES Monsters were great here. They are continuing to improve. Definitely going to be a big tag team in the future. I think this year's biggest breakout tag team is probably the Super Smash Bros. So far, but RockNES Monsters not far behind. This great stuff though. Both teams very improved since last year, I think, and just a lot of fun to watch. The crowd was really, really into this. They were hot the entire match, and really giving an extra oomph, I think, and just very, very great opener. I'd almost give 4 stars, but I'll give it 3 3/4. I think that's fair, maybe more than fair. But I really enjoyed it, and I was just like, that's the opening match. Let's go next match. So then we had a little bit of a slower pace match. We had the Dynasty, Joey Ryan and Scorpio Sky taking on Future Shock, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. This was a good match, nice back and forth. Couple of you know, hard hitting moments, which you would expect from these these 4 guys. Few comedy spots actually. I liked one spot where Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly had Scorpio Sky between them, and this, like, you know, boom, Scorpio turns. There's Kyle, boom. There's Adam, boom, 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 back and forth, back and forth. Joey Ryan gets in the middle of it, stop, and they start doing it to him. Scorpio Sky gets in the middle of it, starts doing it to him again, and it was kind of funny. And then Joey Ryan actually got Adam Cole like, how do you like it? Boom. Grabs him on the other side, how do you like it? Boom, and just, you know, so really fun stuff, you know, kind of playing it up a little bit, and that was really cool, I thought. Couple good high spots. I liked the one spot where they did like dives to the outside and stuff. That was cool. Not really anything spectacular, but still good tag team match. I give it 3 stars. Probably the weakest match of the night, and if the weakest match of the night is a 3-star match, you're doing pretty damn good for yourself. Alright, then we had 2 Husky Black guys, my favorite team name in a long time, I think, of Willie Mack and Generico versus Sami Callihan and Roderick Strong. Sami Callihan, this was his PWG debut, and he did very, very well here. I really enjoy Sami Callihan's work. I think he's a very, very brutal and very hard-hitting guy, and this is exactly what you got here. And perfect match for Roderick Strong, who's a very hard-hitting guy as well. They really worked well here. Both teams were kind of a first time tagging up together too, so that was kind of cool. I liked how they had a nice little story there where they worked over Willie Mack's legs, and, you know, kind of try to weaken the guy, which, you know, consistent with Roderick, who has wrestled Willie Mack before, so, you know, it's like, oh, we'll go for the knees. You know, that's where he's weak, and that's where you take him out. So that was good. Good tag team wrestling, actually, between these guys. A nice back and forth. Couple good tag team moves that I liked. I really enjoyed seeing these two teams work together. Really nothing to complain about. You know, nothing spectacular, but, you know, good stuff. I give it 3.5. Then we had probably the second best match of the night. Either this one or the finals. I can't really decide. Super Super Smash Bros. Player Unknown Stupefied versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Just awesome match. You know, I think everyone knew this match was going to be awesome, and it's a damn shame this wasn't the final match. Actually, this was in the finals, but because that would have been awesome. But a lot of fun, really enjoyable. Great spots. You know, a lot of false finishes. Two very good false finishes, like right back to back for both teams. Really got the crowd just going like, holy shit, how are they going to win this? And I like the fact that they actually made it look like the Young Bucks, you know, legitimately just, you know, like, oh, you can't beat the Young Bucks in the DDT4. They're unstoppable in DDT4, blah blah blah. You know, really playing up the history that the Young Bucks are, like, you know, very much. They've only been defeated in DDT4 history once, and so, you know, I like the fact that they very much played up the idea that the Young Bucks are the team to beat in DDT4, and they use that in the finish, I think. So, very nice job. Really great match. I heard that their match at the PWG show Friday was good too. I will definitely be checking it out on DVD. You can actually go pre-order right now. I don't know when it ships, probably like a month or so. But good match, 4 stars. Then we had the first semifinal match between two Husky Black guys and the RockNES Monsters. Had a little bit of a slower start and a little bit more fun. It worked because it is a semifinals match, and both teams were, you know, very much showing signs of fatigue already. One funny part where, like, Generico had Johnny Yuma in the corner, and, like, you know, he slapped like, "West Side," and just the crowd really really laughed at that, and, like, you know, they're like, and like him and Willie Mack kept doing the West Side symbols during the night. That was funny. And, like, one part where, like, Johnny Yuma did the Ole yell, and, like, the whole crowd started booing him, and, like, even his partner, like, left the corner, like, just like, I don't want to be a part of that, and yeah, that was funny. But then they actually really picked up the pace a lot during the match, and the RockNES Monsters really, like, showed, like, how almost like they were desperate to win, like they were really fighting to win, which is cool. The false finishes were good spots. The finishes kind of came out of nowhere, but I think it worked because it came down to almost like luck that, you know, just, you know, these guys are fatigued, and, you know, lucky break, and, you know, he made one mistake, and boom, there you go. So I think it worked. It was kind of short though. I think this might have been the shortest. I don't know if it was the shortest tag team match of the whole night, but it was definitely a lot shorter than the other semifinal match. But it was still good. 3 1/4. Then we get the other semifinal match between Future Shocker and Super Smash Bros. These guys had a great pace too. Probably better than the other one. They got a lot of time. Like, they might have gone 15 minutes, I think, maybe more. Nice slow start again. You know, selling the fact that they were a little worn out, a little tired from their earlier matches. But it built to a finish that was really well done. Really great effort by these guys for a semifinals match. You know, usually the semifinals of a tournament is kind of the weakest part of one, because, you know, okay, opening round you want to really get the crowd into it, and then the semifinals, you know, you want to save it for the finals. But not these two teams. These two teams really kicked into overdrive in this match, and really, you know, fought hard and really shined and really showed that, like, they deserve to be in the finals. So kudos to both teams. Crowd loved the false finishes near the end. Like, they were going crazy. Really fun match. Another almost 4-star match, but I'll give it 3 3/4. But really great effort by everyone involved. A lot of fun. Then we had an impromptu match. Sami Callihan challenged Kevin Steen after his match with teaming with Roderick Strong, and challenged Kevin Steen for the belt. So it was for the PWG World Title. This was a lot of brawling outside. You know, just a lot of you know, carnage kind of stuff. The kind of things you see in a Kevin Steen Sami Callihan match. What you would expect. You know, they really kind of played up the crowd. Kevin Steen just being his normal, kind of goofy self. You know, playing to the crowd a lot. You know, messing around like Sami Callihan spit in his face. He just wiped the spit in his face and slapped Callihan. A lot of stiff stuff here, like, you know, hard hit. You know, a lot of stiff hits to the head and stuff. So these guys worked well together. I like that. I didn't like the fact that Sami Callihan didn't really get a lot of offense in my opinion. He got enough in, but it seemed like it was mostly Steen the entire match, which, you know, granted, Steen's the PWG champion, but, you know, I think they could have gave Sami Callihan a little bit more. Just my personal opinion. I think they are setting up for a better rematch down the road, though, because, I definitely think they wanted to have Sami Callihan back in PWG. But this match was mainly, I think, to show how tough Sami Callihan is to the crowd, and really get them to say, "Wow, I want to see how this guy can do against Steen," and say like a guerrilla warfare match. Obviously, they have to do a really great storyline because that kind of match needs a build-up. But good match though. I give it 3.5. A lot of fun. Then we had the finals of DDT4, which was 2 Husky black guys versus Super Smash Bros. Holy shit, was this match awesome! This probably was the match of the night, in my opinion, just because of how well these guys did. Kudos to both teams for selling the fact that they're fatigued, that they're beaten up, that they're worn down, because they really looked hurt and beat up, and maybe they were. Generico especially, like, he did like a nip up during this match and did an arm drag to Uno, and like he went to the outside, like it looked like he really hurt his back, and like I couldn't tell if he was just selling it or if he legitimately hurt it, but you know, he really sold that back injury, and Willie Mack was selling his knees and everything. So kudos to both these guys for really selling the idea of being fatigued. I don't remember if in DDT4 last year that the two and the teams in the final did that as much. It was Kazawa and Steen versus the Bucks, and I don't remember if they sold injuries like this, but these two teams really did. So I like that a lot. I think that added a lot to the match, because it showed like how tough these two teams are, that they kept fighting and kept giving it everything they had, despite the fact that they're worn out and tired. Couple great spots. I'm not going to spoil any, but there's one that's really incredible, which is actually on the cover of the DVD. I'm not going to show it again just in case they weren't paying attention. Good false finishes. There were a lot of them, and the crowd really bought into them a lot. The finish was great, and I will say that I like the fact that Super Smash Bros. Won. It was a very big moment for them, and I think it's especially big for the crowd, who really has been behind them since day one that they showed up in PWG. And I think the Smash Bros. Are probably one of the best tag teams and one of the most underrated tag teams in wrestling, and deserve a chance to be in, you know, Chikara and ROH and all these other major independent promotions where they just don't get a chance, and that's a damn shame. But great match, 4 stars. All in all, I would have to give this show a 9. I really cannot give it anything less, because it was just so much fun to sit through. I saw this last night, and I had already watched 2 of the wrestling shows, but I sat down and watched DDT4, and I was not tired. I was not bored with this show at all. I sat through the entire thing, and I was just saying to myself, I enjoyed that. I was ready to watch it again. So that really speaks highly for a show when I can watch 2 shows before it and still be enjoying the entire show. So definitely a 9. Definitely a pickup, a must buy for any wrestling fan, and definitely a PWG fan. But really great stuff. PWG back on top where they belong as far as consistently great shows. But that's it for now. Take care. Bye.